We'll wait for others to join and then we'll start. Morning, Viraj.
Good morning, sir.
Let's start with the disclaimer. Meanwhile, others join. It is hereby declared that the production of the said content is meant for non-commercial, scholastic, and research purposes only. We admit that some of the content or the images provided in this channel's video may be obtained through the routine Google image searches, and few of them may be under copyright protection. Such usage is completely inadvertent. It is quite possible that we overlook to give full scholarly credit to the copyright owners. We believe that the non-commercial, only for educational use of the material may allow the video in question fall under fair use of such content. However, we honor the copyright holders' rights and the videos will be deleted from our channel in case of any such claim received by us or reported to us. विराज बेटा ये पहले मुझे बताना चाहिए था तुम्हें because we were talking about 31st March and today it's 9th April. You could have informed me earlier. Now I need to go with entire mashup channel. Anyway, you upload it. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. You please upload it. Next 1 minute and then we'll start. So let's start with the obligation and delivery settlements in SLBS, Security Lending and Borrowing Scheme. Following obligation reports are downloaded on T-Day, that is on transaction day. You can look into this. The provisional delivery slash funds obligation for the first leg and the final delivery or funds obligation for the first leg and auction, if any. Purpose will be provisional obligation report giving details of fund and security paying obligation for first leg and in final obligation reports for giving detail of fund and security paying obligations after custodial confirmation. So once get the confirmation from the custodian for first leg settlement and for auction settlements. This one, the first one will be the provisional one and the second one will be the final one after getting the confirmation from the custodian. The timing would be 4:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Following delivery reports are downloaded to members extranet and report folder post settlement on T+1 और expiry day. Expiry जो है वो monthly रहेगी every Thursday उसकी expiry जो है वो रहेगी. So security wise delivery statement details of security delivered by the member 11:30 am को आपको उसका report मिल जाएगा. Security wise receipt statement details of security received by the members. The first one will be delivered and the second one will be received. आपने जो deliver किया क्या उतना ही सामने वाले ने receive किया. Then direct client payout details. Details of security paid to clients directly as per client direct payout request. जो हमने कल बताया था कि हर बार ये प्रोसेस करने की जरूरत नहीं, आप डायरेक्टली ऑटो पे आउट भी रख सकते हो कि जहाँ पे डायरेक्ट ये प्रोसेस जो है हो जाएगी ऑटो मोड में. 11:30 timing would be same for all those things, all those reports, that is 11:30. Then obligation statement for reverse leg. Final obligation report for giving details of security paid obligation for reverse leg. This was the first leg, this is the reverse leg. Then short delivery of securities. First leg, if is there any shortage or you can say kind of auction. So first leg, in case of shortages, first leg is the first transactions or orders that took place or executed. The reverse one is the we can say a square of position. In case of shortages in delivery of securities by lender by the pay-in deadline on T+1, the transactions are directly closed out to the extent of shortages and transferred to borrower. The lending fee collected from borrower is returned back. जो भी lending fees ली होगी that will be given back to the person who has lended. The transaction is closed out at a price which is higher of 25% of closing price of the security on T+1 day, like closing price for the security in the capital market segment of NSE-IL, or maximum trade price of the security, the spread price जो मैंने आपको एक वीडियो में दिखाई थी, that is maximum trade price for the security in the capital market segment of NSE-IL from T to T+1 day. T+1 day closing price of the security in capital market segment of the NSCL trading plus 1 day closing price will be considered. For example, illustration है यहाँ पे example of computing close out price. For example, high price trading day पे high price थी 52.50 and closing price थी 50 and T+1 पे high price था 55.20 and closing price थी 53. So what they will do, they will consider 53 into 25% means T+1 का closing price जो है उसको consider करेंगे into 25%. Now why 25%? Because यहाँ पे 25% of closing price. So 53 into 25% equal to 13.25. Now 55.20 जो ट्रेडिंग प्लस वन का हाई प्राइस है उसमें से उस दिन का क्लोजिंग प्राइस जो है वो डिडक्ट किया जाएगा इक्वल टू 2.20. सो हायर ऑफ फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड इज 13.25. इन दोनों में से जो भी हाई होगा उसको कंसिडर किया जाएगा 13.25 और 2.20. वॉट एवर विच एवर इज हायर विल बी कंसिडर्ड. Then reverse leg, if member having security paying obligation goes short in deep security, following actions will be taken. Valuation debit, amount of equivalent to price for the shortage quantity is debited. अमाउंट इक्विवेलेंट टू प्राइस मतलब शेयर्स की जो प्राइस चल रही है आपको 2-3 रुपए में लैंड किया वो नहीं, शेयर्स की जो एक्चुअल प्राइस चल रही है वो वहां पे पूरा डेबिट किया जाएगा अगर शॉर्टेज आता है तो. An amount equivalent to price for the shortage quantity is debited from the member's clearing back account. This is known as valuation debit. And once you give the whatever the shares are required, once shortage is over, that amount will be credited to you. Or depends. The valuation price for a security is the previous day of the security in the capital market. कल का जो क्लोजिंग प्राइस होगा वो कंसिडर किया जाएगा एंड जितना शॉर्टेज है उतना अमाउंट प्राइमरी कैपिटल क्लियरिंग बैंक के अकाउंट में से डेबिट किया जाएगा. वैल्यूएशन डेबिट जिसको आप बोल सकते हो. देन बाय इन ऑप्शन. फर्दर एनएससीसीएल shall try to obtain the securities in a special window called auction. ऑप्शन होता है नॉर्मल मार्केट का जो ऑप्शन होता है वो तो होता ही है बट यहाँ पे भी एसएलबीएस के लिए भी ऑप्शन होगा. द ऑप्शन फॉर शॉर्टेज इज इन रिवर्स लेग क्योंकि बट ऑब्वियस फर्स्ट ट्रांजेक्शन में फर्स्ट लेग में तो आई डोंट थिंक कि ये शॉर्टेज आएगा. रिवर्स लेग में शॉर्टेज आने के चांसेस जो है वो काफी ज्यादा है. बाय एक्शन ऑप्शन. The auction for shortage in reverse leg is conducted in capital market along with auction for shortage in normal market of capital market segment. The series for reverse leg shortage is RL reverse leg. The auction settlement is conducted on auction plus 1 day. Failure to procure shares in auction is closed out. In case of no offer in buy in auction, failure to deliver by offer in auction settlement, the transaction is closed out at a price whichever is higher. Now suppose auction में भी वो shares settle नहीं होते, then what will be the situation? Then वहाँ पे higher price consider करके debit कर लिया जाएगा. वो price कौन सी होगी? Maximum trade price in the capital market of NSCIL from reverse leg settlement day minus 1 day to reverse leg settlement day or 25% above the closing price of the security in the capital market segment of the settlement day. या तो रिवर्स लेग का सेटलमेंट का जो डे है उनसे पहले का जो डे है उसमें मैक्सिमम ट्रेड प्राइस जो होगी उसको कंसिडर करेंगे या तो कैपिटल मार्केट में लास्ट कल का जो क्लोजिंग प्राइस होगा उनसे 25% ज्यादा कंसिडर करेंगे. रिलायंस का क्लोजिंग 2000 का था तो 25% ज्यादा कंसिडर करके 2500 रुपीज जो है वो डेबिट होगा बिकॉज ऑफ ऑप्शन. ऑप्शन की पेनल्टीज और वो सब अलग रहेगी. Following reports are downloaded for shortages in SLBS, like auction debit or credit report, detailed ये कॉर्पोरेट एक्शन का कुछ सुना था, मतलब वहां तक आप थे या फिर मैं लॉग आउट हो गया था? यस क्लास, कॉर्पोरेट एक्शन तक वो स्लाइड अवेलेबल थी या फिर मैं लॉग आउट हो गया था? Okay, so now moving forward for the corporate actions. In case of any corporate actions during the tenure of lending or borrowing, NSCCL announces set period from 7 settlement days prior to expiry date or corporate action announcement day plus one, whichever is later. Then up to book closure start date or record date of the corporate actions. सात 7 दिन पहले अनाउंसमेंट जो है वो किया जाएगा। कोई भी कॉर्पोरेट एक्शंस होगी तो टू 7 सेटलमेंट्स डे वो वहां पे बताएंगे। इन सेम टाइम बुक क्लोजर स्टार्ट डेट और रिकॉर्ड डेट जो है वो भी बताएंगे। अब जब रिकॉर्ड डेट आपको मालूम होगी तो डेफिनेटली अकॉर्डिंगली वहां पे वर्कआउट किया जाएगा एंड यू विल बी बेनिफिटेड विद द डिविडेंड्स। So for that, the first one is dividend. The dividend amount received on the borrowed shares is collected from the borrower and paid out to the lender on book closure, start date or record date plus one working day, as the case may be. A report for dividend obligation is downloaded on previous day of settlement of dividend amount. In case of early repayment of securities by the borrower on or before record date or book closure start date, the dividend is received by NSCCL and later on it give to the lender. The dividend is received by NSCCL on the date of distribution of same by company after collecting the dividend from the borrower to pay the lender on record date plus one. Such dividend received by NSCCL is paid back to the borrower. Now dividend stock splits. The security obligations are adjusted as per new split ratio and the reverse leg settlement is done for revised quantity. जैसे कि 1+1 है, स्टॉक स्प्लिट हो गया, एक के सामने एक हो गया, तो प्रीवियस क्वांटिटी 1000 की थी तो नई क्वांटिटी जो है वो 2000 की हो जाएगी एंड उसी हिसाब से रिवर्स लेग जो है मतलब स्क्वायर अप जो है वो किया जाएगा. Other corporate actions, in case of other corporate actions such as bonus, mergers, amalgamation, open offers, and something like that, the transactions are foreclosed 2 working days prior to the expiry date. जो भी डेट है उनसे प्रायर 2 दिन पहले ये ट्रांजेक्शन जो है वो फोरक्लोज्ड किया जाएगा. The lending fee for the balance period is collected on pro rata basis. जितने दिन आपने इस्तेमाल किया है वो स्टॉक्स उतने दिन का आपको पे करना पड़ेगा. That means pro rata base from the lenders based on the lending fees received by them and paid to the borrowers. जितने दिन का इस्तेमाल किया है उतने दिन का आपको पे करना पड़ेगा. NSCCL provides report SLB foreclosure reports for changes in settlement schedule on account of foreclosure. The report provides information of shut period, settlement number, and day for all outstanding foreclosures. The report is made available on NSE's website under Capital Market, Securities, Lending and Borrowing Schemes, Daily Reports, and all end of the day reports. These are the things. Following corporate action reports is downloaded to members extranet in report folder. You please look into this dividend report, stock split and foreclosure. Okay, the timing would be the same, that is 6 p.m. Now the next one is margin. Margin for first leg transaction. Borrower transaction, the borrower is levied 100% of lending fees is levied upfront as the margin on T days. 100%. But yes, later on it will be credited to you. Lend transactions, the following margins are levied on the participants for lend transaction. Borrow जो करता है उसके ऊपर 100% है. Yes. The following margins are levied on the participants for lend transactions on trading day. No margin is levied on lend transactions because someone is lending. So actually he is in risk. So उसके ऊपर कोई margin नहीं होगा. If early payment of securities has been received from the lender, then 25% of the lending price. The lending price for a transaction is the previous day closing price of the security in the capital market segment of NSEIL and 25% of the lending price is levied upfront. Then M2M, mark to market margins. Mark to market loss is calculated by marking lending price of each transactions in security to the closing price of the security at the end of the day in capital market. यहाँ पे F&O को ध्यान में नहीं रखा जाएगा, कैपिटल मार्केट को ध्यान में रखा जाएगा. ये मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है. इफ यू गाइस हैव ऑब्जर्व, इन केस द सिक्योरिटी हैज नॉट been transacted on a particular day in the capital market segment, the latest available closing price will be considered. If price of security falls below lending price, no benefit is provided. Means M2M will be zero. अगर सिक्योरिटी प्राइस कम होती है तो वहाँ पे कोई भी बेनिफिट प्रोवाइड नहीं किया जाएगा. जैसे कि हमारे रेगुलर मार्केट में होता है कि आपने 200 में परचेस की है, नाउ प्राइसेस जो है वो 205 हो गए, तो आपके अकाउंट में एक्स्ट्रा 5 रुपीज इंटू टोटल नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स जो है वो क्रेडिट होते हैं आपके पूल अकाउंट में. बट अगर वो 90 हो जाते हैं, 190 हो जाता है, तो 10 रुपये का इनकम आपको देना है. तो दोनों साइड है, बट यहाँ पे एक ही साइड रहेगी. अगर प्राइस में चेंजेस आते हैं, रिवर्स चेंजेस आते हैं, तो यू हैव टू पे. बट अगर फेवरेबल चेंजेस आते हैं तो उसका कोई बेनिफिट आपको नहीं मिलेगा. The mark-to-market margin is collected from the participants before the start of the SLBS session on the next day. Next day जब start होगा उनसे पहले ही वो उनसे collect कर लिया जाएगा. The M2M margin is collected adjusted against the collateral deposited by the participants. The M2M margin is collected on the gross open position of the participants. Gross open position. जितना भी open position आपका है, accordingly M2M will be levied. The gross open position for this purpose means the gross of all open positions across all the clients of a participants, including its proprietary positions. There would be no netting of the positions and set off against M2M profit across two settlements. You have to pay for it. The M2M margin so collected is released on completion of paying of the respective settlements. जब paying हो जाएगा, then it will be released. Then repay transactions. In case of repay transactions, no margin is levied on such transactions as the participants are required to provide API of securities in reverse leg. So there is no need to go for that before executing the repay trade. And recall transactions will be 100%. 100% of the lending fee is levied as upfront margins, and later on it will be released when you square up the positions, or we can say when you when you go with the reverse leg. Then margin for reverse leg transactions. Lender, no margin is levied to the tender of securities for the reverse leg, but yes, for borrower, the borrower of security is levied following margins in respect of reverse leg obligation. The fixed percentage, 100% of the lending price, war margins, extreme loss margins, and mark to market margins. Then fixed percentage of lending price. A fixed percentage, 100% of the lending price of the original first leg transactions will be levied. This is collected on T plus 1 basis by adjusting against the collateral of the participants, if any. अगर कोई collateral में कुछ है तो, liquid assets कुछ है तो, before first leg securities payout. In case of shortage in payout of lending price margin, the transactions are cancelled ऑन फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट बेसिस. जितनी अमाउंट आपके पास होगी अकॉर्डिंगली वो ट्रांजेक्शन विल टेक प्लेस. जितनी अमाउंट शॉर्टेज है दैट ट्रांजेक्शन विल नॉट टेक प्लेस, वो कैंसिल हो जाएगा डिपेंडिंग ऑन क्वांटम ऑफ द फंड शॉर्टेज. फंड में आपका शॉर्टेज कितना, उस हिसाब से. द ट्रांजेक्शंस आर आइडेंटिफाइड फॉर फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट बेस्ड ऑन द ट्रांजेक्शंस नंबर. This is collected on the gross open position of the participants. The gross open position for this purpose would mean the gross of all open position, including first leg across all the clients of participants, including their proprietary positions and all. The margin so collected is released on completion of paying of the respective reverse leg settlement. ये यहाँ पे मैं आपको फिर से एक बार समझा दूँ कि जितनी भी आपकी ओपन पोजीशन है, ग्रोस ओपन पोजीशंस, जैसे कि आपका SLBS में अलग एक स्पेसिफिक अकाउंट है, उसमें आपकी ओपन पोजीशन है, वहाँ पे आप माइनस में चल रहे हो, एंड आपका कैपिटल मार्केट का जो अकाउंट है उसमें आप प्लस में चल रहे हो, तो सभी को कंसीडर करके फाइनल करके आपको बताया जाएगा. The margin so collected is released on completion of paying of the respective reverse leg settlement. The war margins we are already done this, so you please read it out, war margin and extreme loss margins. Please read this out. then the extreme loss margin, and the last one will be M12. And then the last is mark to market margins. And then the next one is margin for custodial participants transactions. In respect of transactions entered by participants which is to be settled by the custodian, the margins from the time of transactions till confirmation by the custodians are levied on the participants. We have done already this forward margin, extra margin and mark to market margin. So moving forward, on confirmation of the said transactions by the custodian, the margins are transferred on custodians and levied till settlements of the obligations. In case of rejections by the custodian, the margin for the transaction rejected is continued to be levied on the participants. So this is margin for custodial participant transactions. Now effect of failure to pay margins by the borrowers. What will be the effect of that? Non-fulfillment of either the whole or part of the margin obligations will result in disablement of trading terminal of the participants. आपका टर्मिनल जो है बंद हो जाएगा, होल्ड हो जाएगा. You won't be able to transact anymore. You won't be able to place any trades. You won't be able to place any orders. Further, NSCCL may take action as it may deem fit and appropriate in this regard or as specified by it from time to time. And last authority will be NSCCL. It can take any sort of actions. So class will keep up to this only, and in the next session we'll start with the early paying of security, EPI, early paying of the security. So for today we'll keep up to this only. That's it for the day. Thank you so much class. Stay home, stay safe, take care. Thank you.